everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and welcome to Look Back, a series where I take a look at games that I reviewed last year, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and 20 years ago. I tell you what I think about them now, if I think about them at all. So let's jump back 20 years ago, where I reviewed a game called Sneeze. Sneeze is from a company called Cambridge Games Factory. They put games in clamshells. They had not great art. This game's designed by Carl Chudik, because the biggest popular one that they had at the time that became a bigger game was Glory to Rome. This one, very bad, actually. Trying to make other people sneeze by playing cards in them. Not a great game at all. 4 out of 10. Dead Hand Chaos Poker. This is some poker with weird stuff from Smirk and Dagger. Not a great game. 4 out of 10. Quintagon. It's an abstract game. Looks like an abstract game you'd find at 5 and below or something like that. And then you add some dice or little discs. It's not very good. 5 out of 10. Ex Machina or Ex Machina. I'm not sure how the game is pronounced. This one is creating weird inventions, an old game from Blood and Cardstock. This kind of game hasn't really lasted well today because the quality is so low, so another 5 out of 10. The Hottest Race in the World. It's an okay race game. There's some fun, interesting things about it besides the weird name of it. Again, hasn't aged well with the quality. 6 out of 10. Squint Jr., a party game based on Squint, and it's actually better than Squint. Because what Squint Jr. added, Squint was a game in which you took cards and made pictures with the cards, shapes on the cards. Squint Jr. said, what if we made these cards clear? And I was like, yes, that makes it so much better. Then you can put them on top of each other. It's just a much better game, 7 out of 10. The Nacho Incident. This is from a company called 8 Foot Llama. They made a bunch of really weird themed games. This one was about smuggling Mexican food into Canada and the Mounties are trying to stop you. A silly game. This company has disappeared off the face of the planet. I always wonder if Kickstarter had been around, if they had done things differently. But I enjoyed it. 7 out of 10. Gemblow. Oh, man, this game from Korea, which is a game more people should play. If you've ever played Blockus, this is the same thing, except with hexagons. And it's a better game because it plays great with 3 and 4. It's just fantastic. 7.5. And Mall of Horror. I still remember the first time I played this game. It's a zombie game in which you're all trapped in a mall and the zombies are breaking in and you vote on who you're throwing out and running away. Some hilarious hijinks. I enjoy it, 8 out of 10. And I think I like the theme even more than the sequel. The sequel had better mechanisms but wasn't as good. City of Horror. Mall of Horror, if you can find it. Worth getting. 10 years ago, I reviewed King Chocolate. Wow, I hated this game so much. I hate everything about it. It doesn't even feel like chocolate. It's just a terrible game. 2 out of 10. Flock. This game looked amazing from AEG with some great artwork, but very boring game about moving birds around. 5 out of 10. Flip the Bird. This is one of Renegade's first games when they broke off with Jeffrey Neal Bellinger, who did Killer Bunnies. This one, it's called Flip the Bird because you flip a bird card. Ha ha ha. Not a great card game. 5 out of 10. Wonky. A stacking game where the blocks are weirdly shaped. Okay. It's a fun one-time thing, but that's it. 6 out of 10. Trexo. Tic-tac-toe, where you're stacking on top of each other. I think there is a game called Tic-tac-stack or something like that. It's okay, abstract. 6.5. Bottom of the Ninth. This is a card game from Greater Than Games, or Dice Hate Me at the time, where you're just playing back and forth the bottom of the ninth inning. It's a nice little small slice of baseball game. 7 out of 10. CV. A fun little game in which this is your life. A card game with some dice or some interesting aspects. Weird name. I understand, why the name is what it is. I believe it's based on a Polish word, but it never really took off. But I liked it. 7 out of 10. Mess Machine. You know those little things you had as a kid and you moved them around and tried to make the picture? That's what this is, but as a group, cooperative game. Interesting. I liked it. 7 out of 10. Spirits of the Rice Paddy. This is from Ape Games. Philip DuBarry. This is a really weird game about maneuvering water to make the rice crops grow. Some really interesting ideas here. Another one that never took off, 7 out of 10. Dale of Merchants, happily, this one has multiple expansions. This deck-building game where you are adding cards to your deck but also trying to get rid of them. There's a really nice flow and a fun universe that they created, 8 out of 10. Runebound 3rd Edition. This one, I like Runebound. I like adventure games. There's so many better adventure games now 10 years later, and the flipping the tokens mechanism gets old. So I don't want to play this one as much as I used to. 6 out of 10. On the other hand, Raiders of the North Sea, what a fantastic game. This one gets better and better with expansions, I think, particularly, but I'd give it a 9 out of 10. 5 years ago, I reviewed Monstro City. Oh, Vesuvius, I like your Catapult feud, But Monster City looked great, big buildings and a monster running around, just not a good game. 4 out of 10. Frenemy Pastry Party. Ugh, what a name. Anyway, you're collecting cute animals. It's not very good. 5 out of 10. Karak, a dungeon crawl. Kind of for kids. They've actually come out with Karak 2. But Karak, it's fine. 6 out of 10. Gladius. Like this game. You have these different people fighting back and forth, including the very unuseful Bob, who we always hoped would win. But you're betting on 2 gladiators. A nice indie game of sorts. 7 out of 10. Blue Skies. How boring this game looks. It's terrible looking. Fortunately, the game is good enough to overcome that. Some interesting buying in airlines. Wow, well, this game could have looked better, though. 7 out of 10. I enjoy it. Monster Dentist, a game where you have a little mirror where you're trying to look behind and see things. That's a fun gimmick. It's for kids. 7 out of 10. Arc Ravels. This is a game about knitting. An easy jumping into point, collecting the colors, the yarn, and get to build, then making the different things out of yarn. I think this is a game that could get a lot of people into gaming. 7 out of 10. Taxi Derby. This is a crazy taxi. You drive around picking up people, dropping them off. I'm surprised there's not more games with this theme. This one worked well. 7 out of 10. Almanac, The Dragon Road. Really like this game. A worker placement game where every time you go play it, you go through a book, and each book has pages with worker placement, but the rules are slightly different. A lot of fun from Scott Alms. 8 out of 10. And my favorite game from this week 5 years ago was Spies and Lies, a Stratego story. Card Stratego. Sounds horrible. It doesn't even look that great. But it's a really cool back and forth trying to outguess the other person. Very much like it. 8.5. Last year I reviewed GHQ. Me and Z took a look at this game from Kurt Vonnegut that finally got published. It's an interesting thing to look at as a piece of art, to go, wow, this is a thing. And I applaud that. But it wasn't that great of a game. It's an abstract war-type themed game. 5 out of 10. Cosmic Cow Collectors. Roll dice, get cows. There's some funny things, but the game isn't particularly good. 5 out of 10. Star Realms, Rise of the Empires. It's a good thing I didn't rate this after my first few playings. It'd be much higher. This is a legacy game for Star Realms, and it gets fun, and you're adding stickers and doing all cool things. And as the game goes by, the legacy goes away. There's less of it. Each game gets a little more repetitive until the final game where they turn everything on its head, and I really dislike the final game. But it was a decent experience to go through, so I give it a 6. Temple Code from Yuan Levette, who's best known for other games. He did a Turing Machine and Chronologic. This is a very simple, easy deduction game that I think would be good for families. 7 out of 10. Blast Tracks, making roller coasters that go around in circles and try to, if you like making little tracks and moving things around on boards, you'll like this one. 7 out of 10. Codex Naturalis. This is from Bombeck's, a little card game that doesn't look that good, has a weird name, and it's a very thinky little card game for how small it is. But there's some interesting ideas, and I liked it. 7 out of 10. Isle of Cats Duel. Is it better than the base game? It's definitely easier, and I think I'll get it to the table more. I don't know. It only has 2 players, though, so there's that. 7.5. Mistborn, the deck building game. Pretty good. I was hoping to like it because I really like the Mistborn series. But overall, very happy with how this game comes about. There's a cooperative and competitive game. I like the competitive version better. Multiple ways to win. And then a lot of the theme from Mistborn in it. Very enjoyable. 8 out of 10. And then Civolution. Probably my favorite Stefan Feld game so far. This is big. It's sprawling. It's so many choices, and I think that's why I like it, because there's so many things you can do in your turn, and they all build on top of each other. Just a delightful game to play for me. A 9 out of 10. Those are the games I reviewed 1, 5, 10, and 20 years ago. Thanks so much for watching. I want to say thanks to Justin Thompson and Lucky the Dachshund, to Matt Hall, to Linda Gass, Carl Berkelman, and Jared Tolman from American Fork. Thank you all for supporting us on GameBound, and thank you all for watching. This is Look Back on the Dice Tower. I'll see you next time. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you like this review or whatever you just watched, wasn't it amazing? Check out our channel, Dice Tower. We have all kinds of things. We review games, we do top 10s, we play games live. It's all about board games, but especially the people who play them. Check out Dice Tower YouTube channel.